Our next speaker is the living, breathing, walking, talking example of NPower's mission and vision. Clarke. He was playing football for Army. He was on a very different path towards tech when his life changed in an instant, and thank goodness he found NPower. Please welcome NPower New Jersey alumnus Clarke. Come on up here.
Thank you for the great introduction. Thank you so much. And I'm so appreciative to be talking in front of all of you today. It is the summer of 2021, and I have no idea where life is headed. I'm standing in an open lot, unloading tables to be filled with nutritious foods for families in need in Jersey City. My former boss, Elizabeth Lorenzo, had reached out to me for help running the community food drive. And as one who knows what hardship is, I jumped for the task. During that hot summer day, in between unloading and serving the people of my home community, Liz and I spoke in depth about how I could find a way to get back on my feet. At that point, I had not received many acceptances from the colleges I preferred and I applied for. I was in the process of being evaluated by a military medical board that had been prolonged 10 months past its normal time frame, all while caregiving for my grandfather and looking for ways to find my path again. When contemplating about this with Liz, I was introduced to a program called NPower. With nothing to lose, I decided to start an application to enroll in the Tech Fundamentals program. This choice would change my life. In 2017, during my senior year of high school, I was lucky enough to get accepted into the United States Military Academy, also known as West Point. I was introduced to the academy by one of my mentors, Kevin McKnight, and getting in quickly became a goal of mine. I recognized the prestige of the academy and also noticed how much of an opportunity it would be not just for me, but for my family as well. Beginning a military career was a risk that I was willing to take. I successfully graduated from the United States Military Academy Preparatory School in 2018, and from there enrolled in the main academy. While I was there, I was playing football and was a part of the 2018-2019 team that finished in the AP Top 25 at the end of the season. Things were going well for me, and everything seemed as though it would work out, but I was highly mistaken. Around the beginning to the middle of my sophomore year, I started to experience mild to extremely painful headaches. As time went on, the pain was getting worse and worse. This affected my performance academically and physically. I would lose balance often, I would need more time to rest, and I was not able to retain information as well as I knew I could. This was all such a strange and daunting experience. Throughout the semester, I had an idea that something was wrong, but I could not tell what exactly was wrong with me. Thanksgiving of 2019, my condition got much worse rapidly. When I headed back to campus after break, I knew I had to see a doctor immediately. And after a few CAT scans, I was rushed to Westchester Medical Center and underwent urgent brain surgery. I now know that what I was suffering from was a subdural hematoma, the scientific term for brain aneurysm with an arachnoid cyst. I made it out alive by the grace of God. But this accomplishment would only become the beginning of some of my struggles. 6 weeks of some of the worst pain I know I will ever endure in life. My world had been turned upside down, and doubt for my future was slowly creeping in. I knew that with the severity of my surgery and the restrictions I now had to carry for many years to come, I would likely not be able to affirm or finish my journey at the academy or the Army. This was devastating, and yet I had to keep going. I understood that the best way to prepare for the undeniable change in career path was to finish out my last semester and immediately start looking for new opportunity again. Before I knew it, I was back on campus, hyper-focused on completing my second semester while still finishing my first semester at the same time. I did not want to waste any time. I was determined and knew I had the strength to finish the year out. All said and done with the semester, as anticipated, I was not allowed to return to campus due to the review of my case by the medical board. I then decided it was time to search for something new. I applied for and was lucky enough to land an internship with Senator Booker's office for the fall semester of 2020. It was a basic semester-long internship, but it was still a start. I was beyond blessed to learn from and work with the staff at the Senator's office. I was doing mostly constituent work with a bit of tech, which allowed me to grow and learn a lot about communication, how to talk to, help, and properly listen to citizens' needs. I came to realize that my attitude and my approach as a worker touched and affected the people I served. I was then reminded of the people who have touched and affected me throughout my journey and found strength in their guidance. From there, I found motivation to continue my higher education route. Unfortunately, I found myself being rejected from a few schools, but I would not have that break my spirit. It was not the time, and I decided to stay home for another year where I was needed. My family had been struggling to support my grandfather in his medical needs. It was a handful as well as a major stressor. Very quickly, I felt the need to fulfill the role of the caretaker for my grandfather and help as best as I could with his medical condition, appointments, and emotional support. The year that went by under my family's roof created a sense of community, caring, and connection to my roots. My family was supportive and provided me with the inner strength I needed to start taking things into my own hands. I returned to an old love of mine, coding, which I developed during my time at the academy. I expanded my knowledge across different languages, signed up to courses, and started working on different coding projects on my own. In the summer of 2021, standing at the open lot with Liz, I could not help but think, NPower came around at just the right time. At NPower, not only did I learn about my relative major IT, I learned greatly about professionalism, presentation, and business orientation. I left with 5 certifications and a stellar resume. Fortunately, from NPower, I was able to enroll in Udacity's Nano Degree coding course on a full scholarship and get an offer at Accenture, working as an application development associate. All of this would not have been possible without NPower. I would not have had that slow turn towards success without this program coming into my life. I would not have had the opportunity to indulge in IT, acquire these certifications, or improve my resume to the level it's at without NPower. From here, I see myself acquiring more knowledge in what I love the most, coding. I'd like to become more knowledgeable in website building, mobile application building, hacking and cybersecurity, and I'd like to engage in more coding competitions to acquire more knowledge in what I love the most. I don't know where I'll end up at the end of all of this, but I know if I follow my heart and keep up the hard work, I'll keep succeeding the same exact way I am now. Thank you, everyone, and have a great night.